Ben Affleck recently pulled back the curtain on a critical issue plaguing modern superhero movies: the relentless descent into darkness that's alienating entire generations of fans. In his candid GQ interview, Affleck reveals what he and many similar thinking fans have been feeling about superhero movies for some time now. They've become too dark. Affleck starts off by admitting that he loved his time playing Batman. He said, "I had a really good time. I loved doing the Batman movie. I loved Batman v Superman. And I liked my brief stints on The Flash that I did, and when I got to work with Viola Davis on Suicide Squad for a day or two. In terms of creatively, I really think that I like the idea and the ambition that I had for it, which was a sort of older, broken, damaged Bruce Wayne, and it was something we really went for in the first movie." However, he goes on to discuss what he thinks happened and where they went wrong. He said, "It started to skew too old for a big part of the audience. Like, even my own son at the time was too scared to watch the movie. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, we have a problem." Then I think that's when you had a filmmaker that wanted to continue down that road and a studio that wanted to recapture all the younger audience at cross purposes. Then you have two entities, two people really wanting to do something different, and that is a really bad recipe. It's obvious here he's referencing director Zack Snyder and the new direction Warner Bros. Discovery wanted to go in. You know what? I agree with Ben here. Remember when superhero movies were a family event? When parents could take their kids to the theatre and everyone would leave excited, inspired, and talking about the adventure they just shared. Those days seem like a distant memory now. Affleck's observation about his own son being too scared to watch his Batman films is a stark reminder of how far we've strayed from the genre's roots. The superhero landscape has become a grim battlefield of brooding protagonists, excessive violence, and psychological trauma. While mature storytelling has its place, we've forgotten the fundamental magic that made these characters beloved in the first place: hope, wonder, and the pure joy of adventure. Look back at the classic adventure films of the 1980s, The Goonies, Ghostbusters, E.T. These weren't just children's movies, they were multi-generational experiences that balanced genuine emotion, humour, and excitement. They respected their audience, whether you were 8 or 80. Superhero films used to occupy a similar space. Think of Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve, or even the early Marvel movies that balanced humour and heart. The upcoming Superman film by James Gunn represents a potential course correction. Some fans have criticised its lighter tone, seemingly preferring the gritty, dark narratives that have dominated the genre. But here's the thing: accessibility matters. A superhero film should inspire, not intimidate. Affleck's insights are particularly poignant. He understood the ambition of creating a more complex, damaged Bruce Wayne, but also recognised when that vision became counterproductive. It's a delicate balance, creating stories with depth that don't sacrifice the fundamental appeal of these larger-than-life characters. Don't get me wrong, I loved Henry Cavill as Superman. I still think Man of Steel is an amazing film. However, while those films aim to position Superman as a symbol of hope in a dark, gritty reality, I don't think they succeeded in doing that as much as they'd hoped. I didn't come away from those films feeling uplifted. Will the upcoming Superman movie be good? I don't know. I'll let you know what I think once I've seen it. But from what I've seen so far, the tone of the film is a lot lighter than recent Superman films. The future of superhero cinema isn't about how dark we can make these stories, but how broadly we can make them resonate. We need films that parents can watch with their children, that spark imagination, and remind us why we fell in love with these characters in the first place. It's time to bring back the light. I'm Steve Eunice from SupermanHomepage.com.
Subscribe to our free Superman homepage newsletter and stay in the loop. Go to supermanhomepage.com/newsletter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell to ensure you don't miss out on any of our new videos.